Hello, my name is Travis Knapp, and we're going to be going over Flying Wild for Aviation 430. So in this scenario, we're going to be flying our club's light twin that we have not flown out before, so we're getting checked out in it. Um, it's going to be a nice VFR day, and our mission today is to go and go to some rolling hills in our state. So in West Texas here, we're gonna just be gallivanting around the Panhandle. So for today, and we'll see when we look at our route planning here, there's going to be multiple field elevations we're going to be going to. And so we're just going to talk about how we're going to mitigate and consider those different field elevations as we fly our multi-twin. We have no time in this type, and we're also a low-time multi-pilot as well. So we're going to be considering how to fly with a single engine in this environment and how to properly respond to an engine failure. So here's going to be the few airports that we're flying to. So as you can see, those numbers in red are just the field elevations. So as we move up the Caprock escarpment there, we're moving from about 2,000 feet all the way up to 3,000 feet. So just a little over 1,000 feet change in elevation. But as we'll see later, elevation matters when we talk about single engine operations. All right. So just the basics. I just want to go over our drill, for single engine operations. So bam, we start losing directional control. We feel the airplane start to yaw. We're going to do the drill. So immediately pitching for blue line. Make sure props throttle. Controlling the airplane, flaps, gear, both up, fuel pumps on. Alternate air if we have it. And then identify, verify, and then fix or feather. So at my school, the policy is above 3,000 feet, AGL, we attempt to fix the airplane, and below 3,000, we'll just feather the engine immediately. So, talking about high density altitude airports, which is what we're discussing here, being at a high elevation, we need to be looking at our single engine performance charts, and this is something we do at our school before every flight. And so this is our single engine climb performance. And so you can see by the chart here, for many temperatures, so we'll just say normal temperatures is anywhere from 0 to, extremely warm. The elevation that we get our minimum climb performance at is going to be 1,700 right there. And so we're over that all day today. And so if we take that consideration that we're in a normal temperature range, we're going to be, if we're at max weight, a 200-foot rate per climb, 200 feet per minute climb rate on a single engine. And then if the airplane's lighter, we'll achieve a better climb rate. You can see if we're flying over here towards a 3,400, that's 3,200, weight, we'll get 400 feet per minute, which is pretty good. But we'll look at just in a second here some of the pitfalls of single engine operations and if we don't do it correctly. So this is just an excerpt from the Airplane Flying Handbook here that just says, due to performance variations caused by engine and propeller wear, turbulence, pilot technique, that the airplane may not be able to maintain altitude at its published single engine service ceiling, and it might continue to sink and drive us towards the ground. So just saying that these charts are not perfect. This is from the Piper Seminole POH, and so this just shows you if you do any of these operations wrong, that you're going to have a severe drag penalty. So we already talked about if we're close to max weight, we're only going to have a 200 foot per minute climb rate, and so if we don't feather our engine, there goes that entire climb rate. So we're only going to be able to maintain altitude at our service ceiling. And then if we have landing gear or flaps aren't up, if the landing gear is extended, we're going to lose 250. So we're going to begin to sink there. And then you can see if we have our flaps, that's a massive drag penalty for us. So in certain circumstances, we're not going to be able to maintain altitude. And that's why we had to put the airplane in that configuration we just discussed in the drill. Cool. So this all ties into our CRM and ADM. So, right, we don't want to fly in environments that are going to be dangerous for us, and that if we do lose an engine, it's going to keep us airborne for a very small amount of time. So it's important that we're looking at our weight, at our single engine service ceiling, at our climb rate, all of those things. Specifically for the 5Ps, looking at the pilot, that I know what to do when I have an engine failure, and then the plane, what kind of performance it can put out for me in these different environments. And then, of course, before every flight, we need to do our PAVE checklist to analyze all of those factors. And then in the event of a failure, we can think through our DECIDE model of how we're going to react to that failure when it does occur. And we will be ready to react and decide because we have done the 5Ps in our PAVE checklist. So here are my references, just the Seminole POH, the Airplane Flying Handbook, and then our U.S. Aviation Academy procedure for the drill. So we'll see you guys in the next video.